The following is an ESG 360 video.
I'm back with Paul Nguyen, Vice President of Product Strategy at FireEye. Welcome back, Paul.
Thanks, John.
So when I think of FireEye, I think of incident response, I think of security operations experience, so the people, the experience and the knowledge that they have. How do you take that knowledge and the institutional knowledge and put it into your products and services so that your customers can benefit from it?
Yeah, I think Mandiant's always thought of as just incident response, but we actually have a pretty wide breadth of services on the strategic consulting services where we help customers build out SOCs, optimize their SOCs. And so if you look at that proactive side plus the response side, I think that gives us unique insights on top of what we have with managed defense. Managed defense is our managed detection and response capability as a managed service for our customers. So we draw from all those inspirations and built Helix really, for the users, by the users, and some of the best in the world. And so all of those elements have come together in Helix as a unified experience for, again, some of the greatest tech that we have around email, network, and endpoint, and with our intel. And the hard part is, how do you start to correlate and display that data in a way that's efficient for an analyst to quickly make a decision and take action? And so, that's really core to what we've done by drawing from Mandiant, from managed defense, and from our products and bringing all those together. So I think it's pretty nice to work with the people that I get to work with every day.
Mm-hmm. And when we're talking about people, I've written a lot about the cybersecurity skills shortage. You live it, I live it. How has that impacted your strategy? And I know services are a big part of your go-to-market and even kind of skills or staff augmentation type services. So tell me how that the skills shortage impacts what you're doing.
I think that was one of the key premises that you certainly wrote about for a long time, and I certainly used as a key driver for my own company with Invitas. And I think just like anything, machines are going to replace humans for things that are repeatable, that need to scale. And so that's the way we need to meet that. And it can't necessarily be through just services. I think this is where product and software can come in to help drive some of that. I think the first couple of innings of automation were a little tepid. Customers were reticent to adopt automation, but that's becoming a lot more mainstream. So we look to evolve with our customers and stay ahead of them as well, as we look at driving more automation and concepts of autonomy even, where we start to get to automated decision making. So I think that's one of the areas to start to bridge that gap.
Yeah, so it's professional services, so a person to lean on, but it's also autonomous systems that continuously learn and improve over time. That's sort of the design goal? Absolutely,
and we have with our managed defense, we are focused more on managed detection and response, so we'll call it more managed hunting, and we reserve that more because we pretty much invented hunting with Mandiant, and that's one of the core areas that we know we're strong in, so we want to focus on that. We're not necessarily going to be a managed security service provider providing more of the tier 1, tier 2 functions, but we hope to build and evolve Helix with all the telemetry and the data that we have to get to that autonomous model to start to bridge that gap.
And that's for all types of customers. I mean, you think of services, you think of autonomous systems sort of for the mid-market, but you see that in the enterprise as well.
I do, yes. I think the issue is a matter of scale when you talk about large customers or small customers. Yeah. And either way, the skill set shortage is tough. And it's an employee market now. Employees can leave and make more money somewhere else.
Seller's market.
It is a seller's market. So it's a challenge for folks. I mean, even for us as employers, it's a challenge to keep the top talent. So we can only imagine what that's going to be like. And I think I read a statistic. We're not going to fill that gap in the next 10 to 15 years.
Oh, no. I think it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
This is real interesting. I think FireEye is on top of the SOAPA concept and building upon that. But you can't help but think of FireEye as the anti-malware sandbox company that sits on the network. Now, that was 5, 6, 7 years ago. But how does FireEye change that perception? How does FireEye communicate to the market that it is a leader in the SOAPA vision?
I think Helix really is the embodiment of that. It's our first opportunity where we took the chance to take all the pieces and said, these are puzzle pieces. How do you put them together to make a platform? And Helix is really the embodiment of bringing all those pieces together, rationalizing, consolidating, even in some cases where we had acquisitions that overlapped with maybe some of the core capabilities we already had. So we're rationalizing it. But it's really about making things easier for our customers. How do you create a platform that allows them to get to faster time of value, less friction for them to derive value from the product? And we want to get customers up and running in minutes, right? Not in hours or what we see with some customers who try to stitch it all together could take days, weeks, months.
Easily.
So
yeah.
trying to eliminate some of that and giving them a best of breed capability for the individual point products, but brought together in a platform is a key for us. So we all have dimensions of the security operations problem. So we're just trying to fast forward and say, look, we have the best portfolio. Let's bring it all together and still deliver as a security operations platform for our customers.
So what's the future for SOAPA? Not just in the industry, but for FireEye as well.
Yeah, SOAPA is near and dear to my heart, obviously.
Oh, that's good. We'd love to hear that.
It's been years. I think we've been fighting the good fight. I think SOAPA is the future and the reference architecture that we should all model ourselves after. I'm just going to try to stay ahead of everyone else and using some of the, we're a security company. So at the end of the day, we have a lot of security data that we can leverage to really power the platform. It's not just a framework. And I think that's where you'll continue to see us invest is getting more and more telemetry in the ecosystem and be able to drive the platform from more of an intelligence standpoint.
And if I can, just judging by what you said, it's smarter analytics, it's more autonomy, and it's some added services to help people where they're struggling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Paul, that's great stuff. We appreciate you coming.
Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it.
Okay.